What's good, y'all? How y'all doing this Sunday evening? Welcome back to the Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. Two hometown guys talking hometown sports. It's your boy, The Dunn. We back at it again. And my co-host, Rick Flex. What's good, man?
Hey, man. Like I said, I got my mental vacation shirt on. Just another day in, Georgia sports paradise, right?
Hey, man, we can't complain, man. But look, we got a special guest on with us tonight, Mr. Keith Schroeder. Did I say your last name right?
That's right.
Keith Schroeder. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Tell the world who you are and what you do.
Man, I'm a chef by trade. I started cooking in Atlanta in 1994. Started an ice cream company called High Road Craft Ice Cream back in 2010. And now we're 10 years in and fastest growing independently owned ice cream company in the United States. So it's pretty exciting.
And where all can they find you guys at, like locally in their stores?
Sure. We do a lot of private label stuff. So your favorite stores that you go to, chances are we make ice cream with their brand name on it. But products can be found at places like the Fresh Market, Whole Foods Market, Publix,
Okay.
like Kroger stores, groceries and a lot of independent places in and around Atlanta, and then tons and tons of restaurants in the region.
Awesome.
Yeah, go to Whole. If you never tried, you guys, you got to try the ice cream. And I'm gonna be talking about this throughout the show. Ice cream is like the best ice cream you can eat, and it tastes, everything's natural, so you don't feel guilty, for eating it, thinking that you're gonna put on weight because you're really not. It's healthy for you, and it's great, by the way. So, but appreciate you joining us. But hey, you guys out there, if you're new to the channel, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. We almost at 1K. Get us over the hump, you guys. Also, hit that like button, share this content out with other Atlanta sports fanatics, and hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holler at your hometown sports podcast. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about scores and news for the week. Atlanta Dream, Miss Laney, Betanaja Laney, she was named the NBA's most approved player. She was with the Indiana Fever last season, but she came here, she approved, and she won that award. So congrats, Miss Laney. We'll be talking soon, hopefully.
No
reached
doubt.
out to her. So Empire, the schedule will be released sometime this week. The schedule, so be on the lookout for that. We will talk about that on the next show next week. What happened with college football, man?
Yeah, man, it was a unique weekend for sure. Southern, me and you talked about it, and they had that opportunity to pull off that upset, against Louisiana Lafayette. Unfortunately, they dropped that game 20-18 on a last-second field goal, 53-yard shot to add on to it. So, hey, them Raging Cajuns finding a way to win games against our hometown teams, even though we're getting those last-second finishes. Georgia Tech went up and laid an egg in Syracuse, man. I'll be honest. I expected more out of them. Shout out to Jahmyr Gibbs. Another strong performance. Kid is a beast. Sims definitely struggled. That turnover, battle kind of predicted that game. 5 turnovers. He threw for 4 interceptions. So that didn't really keep them in the ball game per se, give them a chance to win. Georgia State, kind of controversial now.
Keith, did you watch that Tech game?
No, man, I didn't catch it. I squeezed in the Falcons game today. That's the best I could do.
Yeah, you're a busy man, so I understand.
I regret it. I know we'll get to it later.
Yeah, like I said, Gibbs, man, he's a monster. Sim he's young. He's gonna have some growing pains. Just make some better decision making throughout the game. Keep them into the game. Try to get into the fourth quarter. I think Tech will definitely, find a way to win some games this year. They probably shouldn't, but they're already up on the upside. I think we can all agree that, hey, at least they're not FSU, right? So we'll be on the same page with that. But Georgia State, kind of controversial. Game was canceled due to one positive COVID test. But today came out that the test was actually read wrong. So how unfortunate is that? I mean, they had a game against Charlotte. They definitely had a great shot at taking down the 49ers in that game. So, that's tough. I mean, it's just the world we're living in sports right now. But somebody's mistake, cost a crucial game, for the Panthers. And then get to the bread and butter, UGA. The Dwan Mathis experience. I don't know if that kid's gonna hit the portal or not, but man, he had a tough go around coming out there. I don't know if I've ever seen a 7-5 halftime score. And there were 2 games in the SEC that had it going on with A&M.
They're like a baseball. They're like a baseball score.
7-5. I'm texting all my buddies saying, "What is going on?" I mean, for a minute there, for a split minute, I said, "Are they really about to lose this game?" But like Coach always preaches, the Don, he always says adjustments. Kirby made the adjustments they needed to make. They put in Stetson Bennett, and he definitely settled that offense down. He completed the passes he needed to, hit the slants, the short routes, and they pulled away pretty easily for a 37-10 victory. You can say, but there's really no such thing as an ugly W. A win is a win. They will have their hands full as they play Auburn coming up.
I'm glad they won, man, because remember I made a bet with that guy that we had on the show Thursday about having a pig head on the show. And I ain't want to touch no pig head, man.
Hey, no such thing as an ugly W, but Georgia might have found their, I'm gonna say, interim quarterback, because I still believe JT Daniels is the guy for them once he gets medically cleared. But again, they got their hands full this weekend coming up with Auburn on the slate, and that's what's going to be so fun to watch in the SEC this year. Every single week is just gonna. They say it means more. It's just gonna matter more. So that's pretty much it for college football.
All right, Sean, what's good? JF, what's good, man? I ain't seen you in a while, JF. What's been going on with you? All right, Hawks minicamp started this past Thursday. Trey Young Twitter account was also hacked on Friday. It was some. I already knew that one. Trey sending those tweets out. Yeah. Like, that was crazy, man. Like, people who do that, man, they should be charged with fraud and be sent to jail for some time.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah. Other than that, the draft, I believe, for NBA will be I think November 15th. I believe 15th or the 18th, something like that. So we're gonna be starting not this week, but next week we will be doing some draft prospects, looking at different players who we could potentially pick for the Hawks. So stay tuned for that, you guys. Take it away, Ricky. What did the Braves do this week?
Well, the Braves took care of business. Had a big series against the Marlins. Monday, 5-1. Took them down. Tuesday took them down 11-1, and then Wednesday took them down 9-4. Which, obviously that helped us go ahead and clinch our 3rd straight NL East championship. So a lot of people on that, snicker train, a lot of people don't like him, hate it or love him. He's getting us to the playoffs and giving us a chance, kind of a wash with the rest of the week. It didn't really matter that much. I mean, for seeding purposes, yeah, we needed to get another W. With Boston, we did get that 8-7 win on Friday, clinched that number 2 seed. Which some people are saying is a curse. We'll talk more about that later. Then yesterday, Boston beat us 8-2 in the day. It was a 9-1, but a couple things that stood out. Acuna was a late scratch today with the left sore wrist. Same wrist that's been bothering. Something to keep an eye on. We'll hope that he's okay. Has 3 days to rest. And then Chris Martin, one of our elite, shutdown bullpen guys, that 7-8 inning guy, also left with a groin tightness. So he said day to day, we'll see, 3 days to rest up. But today we did find out that the Braves will be facing the Cincinnati Reds in that 3-headed monster pitching staff, with probably the NL Cy Young Award winner Trevor Bauer going to Game 1 against Max Fried. I mean, how exciting is that going to be? That's a hell of a matchup. I'm stoked. So everybody's saying that, hey, it's going to be tough. Well, we got probably a top 3 lineup in the league, so I'll be super excited to watch this series. So y'all stay tuned and check out my newest edition of Flex for Gold that I'll be putting out tomorrow. That's going to be previewing that series. So a lot more to come on that and what we should see from the postseason that's upcoming.
Man, I can't wait to see that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be lit.
Yes. All right, Atlanta United. Wednesday we played Dallas, and we came out of that match 1-0. And today, right now, Chicago. Where have we done this? Chicago is killing Atlanta right now, man. They beat us already. And then the Chicago Fire FC right now, they are up right now 2-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
And that was 20 minutes ago, so pretty sure we haven't done anything. So yeah. Man, I don't understand, man. I really don't understand. But in some other positive note for the club, they've been looking at coaches like Gabriel, Hannes, Vez, Starsfield, Javier Aguirre, and Marcelo Gardero. Those are names that have surfaced to be candidates for the coaching search. Technical director for the team is Carlos Bacanye. I'm sorry if I'm butchering y'all names, man. I apologize. He told the reporters that the front office wants to make the right hire, and they are doing their due diligence for the club. So they're not going to just quickly hire someone. This is going to be a slowly methodical hire for this club, because you got to understand, man, this is a winning franchise. This is like our recent winning franchise here in the city. So they want to continue to have, the 17s come out, support the stadium, keep packing it out. The only way we're going to do that, you guys, we got to keep winning matches. So this year's is going to be a wash. And then next year, I feel like we're going to be back on our winning ways. All right, today.
Oh, man, don't even do it.
Oh, man, I got to bring up the Falcons today, man. We lost the game today, you guys.
Imagine that.
30-26. 30-26.
What was the score going into the fourth quarter? I can't imagine.
It was 26 to 10.
10.
We gave up 20 points. This has been the issue with the team, man. We giving up so many points in the fourth quarter. All right, we lost the game 30-26. All right, Matt Ryan, he was 19 for 38 today, threw 238 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Todd Gurley, he had 14 carries for 80 yards. Brian Hill had 9 carries for 58 yards. So, hey, guys, look.
We could have run the ball more. We ran the ball effectively. You should have run the ball more.
Yeah, you got to run. You got to do both. You got to do both. But the problem with, and I said this on the show, on the clip that I did a few hours ago, the problem with this team, man, and what we had, it's called situational play calling. When you are still up with 5 or 6 minutes left and you have the ball, why are we still throwing the ball?
Yeah, we're throwing it deep too. I have no idea.
Why are we throwing the ball? You got a Gurley. You have a Brian Hill. Quadri Olison, he was active today. Run the doggone ball.
Yeah, Hill was on another level, man. I would have handed it and, like I said, pound it, run that clock, at least make him use them timeouts. I mean, you could have shortened that game down to more of a, 2 minutes and some change, and they still, got to get probably 2 scores. But, yeah,
but at the same
like
time,
45 seconds off the clock.
But going into the fourth quarter, you're not playing the Bears anymore. You're not playing your opponent anymore. You're playing the clock. You're playing the clock. All right? So when you have a lead like that, anytime you get the ball, run that sucker down, run that clock out. Run the ball.
And I get at some people's point, you play to win the game, don't play to lose by running the ball, but we were having success. So that's why I say keep running the ball. We were successful at that. So why try to fix something that's not broke? We're running the ball well, keep feeding it. Gurley should have went over 100 yards. That game should have been ice. It would have been done. Exactly. I know. And again, I'm going to say special teams coach should have been gone too, man. I mean, come on. If we made that field goal and that extra point, what happened?
That's not on the special teams coach, man. That's on the kicker, man. Special teams coach can't go out there and tell him, hey, man, like that's Youngway, man. Youngway just sometimes
they did show up twice then.
Sometimes kickers get in slumps, man. That's just how it is. We just gonna have to go through our growing pains with Youngway. Like Matt Bryan, when he first started out kicking, he missed a lot too. So that's just how it is when you have a young kicker. You just gotta give him time. Calvin Ridley, 5 receptions for 110 yards. No touchdown with him today, but Hayden Hurst, he caught him 1. And our defense, we
story of the year. We looked great in
Yeah.
the first half.
We got two picks.
Yeah.
Breeley Ray Wilson got a pick, and Denard got a pick as well.
Well, Oliver needs to be on another flight back. I'll tell you that what.
Man, who you telling? What's your thoughts of the game, Keith?
I thought Denard looked really impressive if I was, scouting. But overall, the team just looked disjointed. I think in the second half, I made the comment to my wife, like, maybe it's a conditioning issue, like, they just look gassed overall. And I think, just poor decisions across the board. I agree with you that they should have just run the ball. But, for me, it's systemic. I think the Atlanta defense needs leadership, man. Leadership. There's no fire in the belly in that second half.
Man, I'm telling you, and I've said this before, man. We need when it's not an if, we're gonna fire Dan Quinn. That's what's gonna end up happening. Bring in a guy like Don Martindale. All right. Keith, I don't know if you've been watching our shows or whatnot or clips. I've posted a lot of clips on Don Martindale, the defensive coordinator from the Ravens, and I outline and I give the stats and the reasons why Don Martindale should be our next head coach here in Atlanta. If you know anything about that Baltimore defense, it's always been good, but he has been putting it on a whole nother level. They have, under the helm of Don Martindale, that defense has been top five. Last year, I believe they was ranked 4th. Right now, they ranked 3rd, I believe. And that's all Don Martindale. That's not John Harbaugh calling that defense, because John Harbaugh is not a defensive minded coach. So the fingerprints on that defense is from Don Martindale. All right. I know a lot of people sit up here and say, well, we don't need another defensive minded coach because of Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn has not proved, he was never proven. Pete Carroll has always been a defensive minded coach. Not only that, go back to the days when he was coaching at USC. USC had a dominant defense. And Mike Smith, same thing with him. He was under Jack Del Rio in Jacksonville. Jack Del Rio is a defensive-minded coach. You need to have someone who is proven, not someone who just showed a flash for 1 year, or one-hit wonder or whatever, and then let's bring him in. No. And that's the same thing when people want to bring in Eric Bellamy. Eric Bellamy has not proven anything. You got to think about it. They can't see the offense. They can't see the offense runs through Andy Reid. Andy Reid been coaching for over 30 years. You think this man about to give up his play calling to Eric Bellamy?
Besides one play I won't bring up too much besides Super Bowl, Pete Carroll's always had that dynamic, running back that he's led off of. It seemed like forever back going, to the USC days. Exactly. And I'm not saying that, Todd Gurley's done, but, it's like we're scared to hand the ball off to him. Like today I said, okay, he's getting a few more carries, and he need to carry the rock 20 times a game. He's got to. You're talking about being gassed on defense. That's because the offense can't stay on the field. I think time possession was about 35 minutes to 24. If we can't keep our defensive guys off the field, that's already shooting ourselves in the foot. It was painful to see. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. Time of possession, they had the ball 35 almost 35 minutes, and we had the ball 25 minutes because we were trying to score quick instead of just getting in the rhythm, being methodical, but we wanted to just hurry up and score as many points as we can.
We said
especially on that Chicago defense is ranked 6th in the league. 6th in the league.
Our nightmare of thinking we were gonna make Trubisky look like a Heisman, we ended up making Foles look like one. So not a Heisman, but MVP.
We did that. We did that 2017 playoffs too. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But look, I'm done talking about the Falcons game. Let's go ahead and get into the bulk of the show. Go back to the chat. JF, he said the only show I know that's consistently coming out is the Sunday night show. So I just don't know when y'all gonna be on. Man, if you don't hit that notification bell for us, man, if you hit that notification bell, know when we go live. All right, we do a show Sunday and we do a show Thursdays during football season. We do our rivalry week shows. Remember, if you're a Bulldogs fan or you're a Tech fan or if you're a Southern fan or whatever fan you are, come back and join us on Thursday nights. We also do mini shows now. You got the Flex for Gold with Rick Flex. He talks about baseball, and then you got the Dunn's Favor. I pretty much talk about Falcons, but I can also rear right or rear left and talk about United or talk about the Hawks too. So
Yeah, like Don's saying, and if you can't join us live, look, guys, you already know where to hit our page up at. Hit that video section. That's going to drop down everything that we've done. If you want to rewatch, some of our episodes, some of the Don's favorites, some of the, Plex for Gold, get past that homepage, hit the videos. They're all there. So you need to go ahead and do your homework and go and hit that video section and watch them.
And not only that, I post them to every group on Facebook and on my page, and I post it on our Twitter page as well. So there's no excuse for y'all to not miss anything, you guys. And if you can't watch it live, watch it later and just hit us up in the comment section.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, all right, Sean Gomes, he said, had too many 3-and-outs, defense gonna get fatigued. Yeah, I get what you're saying though, man. But at the same time, man, defense got to make stops too. Those defensive players, they get paid just like the offense do. We need another coach, secondary, and QB. So, yeah, I agree. He said Andy Reid calling them plays. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Eric is not calling them plays. He may call some plays. He may have some knowledge on, some on situational type of like downs or whatever, but he's not really relegating all the plays, that the Chiefs are doing right now. And then too, they got Pat Mahomes. Come on now.
They got Clyde Zellaire, man. They studded out.
Exactly. JF, he said, no, they did not. They did make Foles look like a Heisman because we got college and level defense.
Oh,
some college level defenses that playing better than what we doing. Let's be real.
Good call out.
I feel like it's a high school's defense that's out there right now that can look better than the college.
All right, thumbs up. I'll give you some on that one.
So. All right, let's get to the show. All right, so Keith, what's your memories of Atlanta sports, man? Tell us. I don't know how old you are. You don't look like you that much older than me, but I'm 32 by the way. But all right, share some memories of some good things, some highs and lows of what you witnessed.
Yeah, man, I'm way older, so I'm rounding 47 right now. So the lighting must be good tonight. So Atlanta, I grew up on the South Shore of Long Island. I didn't move to Atlanta until 1994. So my earliest memories of Atlanta sports were on old black and white television, believe it or not. I had one with that UHF dial, and we could dial in and get TBS. TBS, and we watched the Braves when they were terrible. But it was the only station I was able to get in my bedroom. So I became interested in Atlanta via that weird little TBS station back in the day. When I moved down, obviously the Braves were rocking and rolling. I lived in Midtown Atlanta when the Braves won the World Series. I was here for the Olympics. That was spectacular. I caught a ball at I believe it was Italy versus Australia in Fulton County Stadium. There were about maybe 12,000 people in the whole stadium. But what I remember the most was looking over what became Turner Field. It was the only time that the two stadiums were ever open together was during the Olympics. So that was absolutely fascinating. I had Falcon season tickets for a little bit. I don't play PSL, so no thank you. I don't have that kind of money.
Exactly.
I'll put that into ice cream machines instead of seats. I'll hang out on StubHub and get something 10 minutes before the game, or I'll hang out in Taco Mac and just eat my way.
Yeah.
But man, we were at the Georgia Dome when the Falcons played for the NFC Championship game when they played the Packers. That was incredible. Good times in Atlanta.
Yeah, man. Look, I stayed like a half a block away from Turner Field growing up. My mom, she still stay there now. So I witnessed when the Braves won the World Series in '95. Like we was just right down the street. Seeing the fireworks go off, people acting crazy, people leaving the stadium all drunk and happy and stuff. Like, I just want that feeling again.
Well, it lit the whole city up, man. I think the pride lasts for a long time, and I think even after the horrible Super Bowl performance, there was still just this sense that Atlanta brought a team to the big game, and we're a pretty forgiving town, but I don't know how much gas we all have left in the tank right now.
That's the problem. We're too forgiving.
Yeah, fair statement.
Exactly. Well, we just hope we get that. I had a feeling with United, but I just want to see the other teams get their 1-2, man. I want to see the Hawks win one. I want to see the Falcons win one. So it just, man, it's just a long time coming, man. If you really think about it for them. Did you play any sports growing up? Did you play any college?
Oh yeah, I played a lot of sports growing up. My dad was a football coach actually, and yeah, really, really active, and was the athletic director of my school district. I played football. I played center and defensive end. I was a wrestler, and then ran track as well. So that was kind of one of the things in the family growing up in a sports household, is that we were not permitted to work during the school year. So we had to play a sport or be involved in some kind of extracurricular activity. So I loved sports. Wrestling was probably my best sport, though.
Yeah, I know a lot. You say you from Long Island, right?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that wrestle. Like Long Island is like, I think, the wrestling capital.
It is.
A lot of good, like Kevin James even wrestled. He's from Long Island.
Yep. Yeah, it's part of the culture up there. I mean, basketball probably didn't outdraw wrestling. Big dual meets. The high school would be packed, and it's big in the Northeast in particular. I'd say Pennsylvania, and then upstate New York and Long Island, probably the biggest areas for wrestling in that part of the country.
Yeah, I'm a big amateur wrestler. I like professional wrestling too, but I like amateur wrestling. I really do. So you say you're from Long Island. I'm gonna ask you these questions. It's off script.
Yeah.
Islanders or Rangers?
Islanders.
Yes. Look, I used to be a huge Thrashers fan. I love hockey. It's kind of funny coming from a black person, but hey, I love hockey. But since the Thrashers left, my teams are the Islanders and the Canucks. The Canucks, Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Growing up, we used to go to Nassau Coliseum. My grandfather was friends with the guy that was the voice at the Coliseum. So we would get tickets to the press box when I was a little boy, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. We sit next to all the journalists and dialing in their stories, and sit there. And my grandfather would give me the packet they would give to the press with all the stats and everything. We'd hang out. It was fun.
But they didn't call the Coliseum back then, though. Back in the early '80s, they call it Fort Never Lose, because they won four straight Stanley Cups.
Yeah, I think it was a total of either 5 or 6 that they won total during that dynasty era. Yeah, it was amazing.
And like you played on the road there, like you wasn't gonna win. Like you just chocolate L.
And Islander Ranger rivalry was crazy. Like the Islander fans, I think, fancied themselves to be a little bit more humane. And the Ranger fans would punch you in the face as you were walking in Madison. So we were gentler fans, but flip side, I'm a Jets fan, and the Giants fans are more well behaved than the Jet fans for sure.
All right. So, which Atlanta team do you love the most, or do you like the most?
I am smitten with the Falcons. Actually, I think despite the fact that they continue to disappoint, I do have a lot of respect for what Arthur Blank has done for Atlanta sports, and I think that there's 20 years of above average play ahead of them, as long as the organization stays strong. I think Atlanta's a good business city. I think they have good corporate support, good sponsorship, and quite frankly, I mean, having lived in a number of cities around the country, I think Atlanta is a great place to live if you're a professional athlete. You can have, I would say, a bit more of a normal life than you might be able to in some of the other big market cities.
Exactly.
So I'm hanging with the Falcons to the bitter end, man.
Man, we appreciate you, man, because you were born somewhere else. You could have easily chose to stay with the Jets or stay with the Giants or be a Patriots fan. Like, you chose to be a Falcons fan, and like, you look, man, you are already in my book, man. Because look, we'll ride this thing out, man. Because look, I moved. When I graduated high school, I went to Missouri. I could have became a Chiefs fan, or I could have became a Rams fan because the Rams were still playing at the time in St. Louis. And then I moved down there to the Bayou. I could have became. Well, let me be real. I'll never become a Saints fan. I'd rather somebody pull a gun up to my head and say convert to a Saints fan. You might as well go on to pull that trigger because I'll never be a Saints fan. That's just how loyal I am to my Falcons. So I get what you're saying, man. And it just, if the front office makes the right choices on coaching and the GM, everything will be fine. Everything will fall in place. Like. It's just like with the Braves right now, man. Like the Braves, for a while, man, we was in the slumps. We had to rebuild. 2013 came around. We, won the division. All right, but we knew that was on borrowed time. So what we do, we blow up the team, and we pretty much rebuild in a way that, hey, look what we have now. So, and we got the bats, and we got a young pitching core. Just got to stay healthy.
Player development, man, it goes back. I mean, these pitchers, it goes back to the early 90s. You guys can attest to it. I mean, that's what their bread and butter's always been. And, our top guy went down this year, Mike Soroka. If he didn't go down, I think we contend with the Dodgers with number 1 seed. So they've stayed true to who they are, which I appreciate as a fan and as a former player. So, they develop player, and their scouting department, gets a ton of credit, for finding some of them guys out of Curacao. It's in Dominican. It's been great to watch, and I think that's a little bit that's what's different, as far as baseball versus football. That's just another different story for another day. But the Braves have stayed true to their identity, regardless who has been at the helms, and that's what I think is going to continue to make them successful, no matter who the coach is.
Three things that it's player development, but it also is scouting. You got to get the right players on your team to develop them. If you don't, you pretty much wasting talent. You're wasting talent, you're wasting time. And you also have to, when you develop these players, you have to have the right coaching. This is why the Falcons have been, abysmal since we lost that Super Bowl, because we thought Quinn was the guy. This is why the Hawks, at first on the Bud, we thought that, he was going to be good, but we had to blow up the team because the scouting department wasn't good. We had to rely on bringing in free agents, and bringing in free agents costs a lot of money. People don't understand that. But what Slink is doing with the Hawks right now, he's been drafting players. And Lloyd Pierce, he has been great on developing these players. Now, I don't know if Lloyd is a good person that's going to take us to the promised land, to take us to an NBA Finals and win it. But we know that it'll be similar to what the Golden State Warriors did with the coach they had before, Steve Kerr. The coach, I forgot the coach name they had, but he was great at developing Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond, all those guys. And then once it was developed, they brought in a coach who they know they can win games.
I don't want to put Keith on the spot a little bit, but since he's smitten with the Falcons, today it seemed like a lot of the players, quote unquote, poured their hearts out for Dan Quinn. I mean, what's your take on that? I mean, how do you feel about the players having his back? And what's your take on that?
Look, I think we've all been in situations where our performance makes it look like we don't necessarily deserve our jobs, right? But I think overall, it's a guy with the right spirit, the right moxie, and I think the right connectedness to the community. And by the way, I think that's probably why he ends up being so safe. Although I'm not sure about tomorrow's headlines, but if I'm Arthur Blank, I stick by the guy too. You just, it's it's a league where anybody can win and the tide can turn at any moment in time. And I think so long as you're out there making it, I don't know, competitive and soulful and real to the bitter end, then it probably would take to end of season before I decided to make a change. I think the Bears are gonna struggle if they keep juggling quarterbacks. I think it's a mistake. I would have hung in there despite that outcome of the game with Trubisky to the end, because that's just, I don't care how old you are. That's and how seasoned the player you are. That gets into your head, and that's a tough way to play ball. And I don't know that Foles is the answer for them. So.
Well, NFL is so short-lived. It takes one play to injure. You got right back to Mitch and see where, like you said, his mindset. Where does it go from there? So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing. Like, it's I just feel like if they fire Quinn tonight or tomorrow, the season, I feel like it still is a lost cause. So you can ride them out, but we know that the end is near for Dan Quinn. So that's all I'm saying on that.
You don't. I got one thing left real quick. You don't see Quinn show that much emotion after games. He had a little fiery few words come out of his mouth when he slammed that headset down when the game ended. So I don't know if that was a telltale sign, if he was like, well, oh hell, I done got myself into something now. That was something to keep an eye on. I watch it all, so that's just something. He's not that fiery after the game like that. At least the cameras might not catch him. But he threw that headset off, said a few words, and kind of just took a few deep breaths. Like, all right, let me see what I'm like he said. Let me see what I wake up to in the morning.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say about that, though. You can go on, Don. Huh? What's up? What's up? All right. All right, so I'm gonna go a little ad lib here. All right, so Rick Fleck's gonna take over the show real quick. Again, if you guys just now tuning in, we got Keith on the show, and let's see what else we got to ask from Mr. Keith here. All right, here's a big time question for you. If you've ever thought about it or something in the future you might want to pursuing. What about finding one of the local teams in the city? You ever had that cross your mind?
I have. I think I'm certainly not of the capacity at this point in my life to play in any of the the big leagues, so to speak. But should there be an opportunity to pursue or support minor league, semi-professional organizations, I'd be all in. I think that, and to that point, youth sports as well. Just
no doubt
to the degree that we become, a value to the community. I think sports, are probably the single most important indicator outside of our family experience of how our characters shape up as human beings.
Yeah, I totally agree. I was kind of in the same boat as you. My parents were like, hey, pick a sport and play, do something. And, baseball is my alley. You can look at me. I was not going to be a defensive end. I probably couldn't even have been a safety. But youth sports have gone through their ups and downs. And I don't know if there's enough, people out there that really understand how important for character development, life lessons, and learning early. And what it does, for our children growing up. Me being a father of two, I know what it's done for mine. But there needs to be more attention and more focus, definitely put on to youth sports. In the minor leagues, we saw this year with baseball. Who knows what is even going to come. What's left of the minors. That'll be something interesting to play out as this COVID impacted 2020 era has happened. So many guys lost their jobs, and what are they gonna have next year? What is it gonna look like? Single A, double A, triple A, what are they gonna compact those leagues into? So a little worried about, the minor league, especially in baseball terms. But back to you. You're the star of the show. Tell us about High Road Ice Cream and kind of the process of making it. And Yeah. So just run me down how you guys, like where you're set up at, and how you go through that process.
Yeah, man. So I'm a chef by trade. So cooked for many years
What was
before.
your first job?
My
First cooking job.
first legit cooking job was at the Atlanta Hilton and Towers downtown in
Wow. Okay.
1994. I
All right.
cooked at a restaurant called Nikolai's Roof.
All
I thought
right.
it was the coolest thing in the world. I think I
Yeah.
made $7.50 an hour, but I thought I was on top of the world, man.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty awesome, actually. Yeah.
it was a lot of fun, and learned a lot about wine, about cocktails, about running a fabulous restaurant. So my time in restaurants was very exciting, and so I went to graduate school, got my MBA at Kennesaw State University, and started High Road in 2010, just inside the city limits, and then grew it quite a bit. And in late 2013, we built a factory in Marietta, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
what's up.
Was this like your baby, or did your wife have any kind of influence on it? I mean, was it like a team?
So my wife got involved as the co-founder right as we were graduating from the MBA program. Yeah, so she's been involved basically since day one, and she's a marketer and graphic designer by trade. So it worked out well, man. And we're super blessed. We've got 90 employees right now.
Okay.
We operate out of about 75,000 square feet, big factory in Marietta, and just continue to grow. And it's our aspiration to be on top. So, over the next decade, we'd like to be the premier manufacturer of premium ice cream in the United States.
And that's gonna happen. And let me share my story how I met High Road. I'm talking like ice cream like I met a woman or something. But I'm a foodie person. I am. And I'm if I wasn't doing sports podcasts, I'd be a food critic. I kid you not. All right, now it had to be in 2018, around the summertime, spring of 2018. Sam's Club. All right. Sam's Club in Southeast Georgia. I was minding my own business, walking, as usual. So went to the ice cream aisle, and I saw this little 3-pack of ice cream. Say a High Road ice cream, handcrafted ice cream. I'm like, what is this? And the price was like $10. I'm like, $10 for 3 little things? I said, this must be the best ice cream I've ever ate in my life. And it had chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. And I'm not a big fan of neither one. All right, my favorite ice cream has always been Moose Tracks, peanut butter, and then cherry ice cream. Mm-hmm. But
fancy, man.
Yeah. So I went and bought it, and the first ice cream, I said, you know what? The worst ice cream I don't like is strawberry. So I ate the strawberry. I opened it up. I said, this look weird. I said, this is like some jelly or some jam inside some vanilla ice cream. The first bite, oh man, I'm telling you, man, I was in like itis heaven. It was so good. I'm telling y'all, look, if y'all listening, y'all need to go get y'all some High Road ice cream. I'm talking about the worst ice cream to me is strawberry, and I say this is the best ice cream I ate. It was the best ice cream I ate, and the chocolate was even good too. The chocolate tastes like actual melted chocolate in the ice cream, and then the vanilla tastes like you can taste the vanilla bean. It's not vanilla extract, it's vanilla bean. All their stuff, you guys, is handcrafted. It's real ingredients in the ice cream. It's none of that fake stuff in there. No hormones, no steroids, none of that. The milk, it tastes like y'all just got it out of the cow's udders or whatever. Like the stuff is so good. Like you guys got to go buy this ice cream. Now my favorite ice cream I bought from you guys was the caramel pecan.
Oh yeah,
man, Ricky, when you get a chance this week, go get that caramel pecan ice cream. I'm telling you, that's man, that the burnt sugar, and then they got a cinnamon ice cream. It tastes like not Captain Crunch, but what's the name? That Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal.
Toast Crunch, yeah.
Man,
so
man, that stuff's so
good. You guys
good.
deliver too, right?
Yeah, we sure do. You can order product from us online. There's a lot of fun stuff we make.
Well, I'm seeing that.
It's expensive. Look, guys, the link is in the description if y'all want to find out where y'all can buy it at. Like normally you got to go to Whole Foods, but I have a beef with Whole Foods because they ain't got all the flavors. I'm still trying to try the Aztec chocolate. I'm trying to try the cherry almond. Those are the two, and then the blueberry lemon blueberry. Is that it?
Oh, the blueberry ricotta.
The blueberry ricotta. Yeah, I haven't tried. Those are the 3 flavors I want to try. I haven't tried those.
You need to try the French silk pie. The French silk pie is apparently one of the flavor of the days.
I need to try all of them. I
French
haven't tried those,
silk
but
pie, man.
I need to try the I want to try that. I want to try the cherry almond. I have to try that.
I might try. I'm on it now. Brown butter cookies with bourbon sandwiches. Yep, that looks, man. It's more than just ice cream, huh?
Yeah, man. We're the whole point of building up High Road was really to provide a sanctuary for restaurant employees, right? If you work in a restaurant, it's very, very hard on your body and your family and your schedule. So I wanted to build a business where chefs could be chefs, but they still have their weekends to themselves and their families. And we, for the most part, we've been able to provide that.
Yeah, man. Quality of life keeps your employees definitely happy. I can attest to that.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. So I don't know if you shared this with them. Hey, do you plan on buying a share of the teams, of the local teams in the city?
We talked about it, man. Look, if we get to that biggest in the country 10 years from now, then maybe I'll be in a position to be a minor shareholder in one of the teams. But you typically don't become a billionaire in ice cream, so I might have to add another food product to the list.
Hey, one day, man, you'll knock off Bluebell. I hate Bluebell. Bluebell's nasty, and I don't like Haagen-Dazs. Like the only ice cream I buy is High Road, and I buy some Mayfield here and there. I'm just I eat ice cream, but I'm not really that big on ice cream. To me, is like you take your kids out, out of the house, and you take them to an ice cream parlor or whatever. But if I'm sitting at the house, I buy me some High Road pints and just eat them. And I tell my kids, hey, this grown folks ice cream, y'all ain't getting none of this. Do not ask. I'm not sharing it all. You can't, Ricky. You cannot share. Rick, you cannot share this ice cream with your kids. This is ice cream that you and your wife have to eat just by yourselves. It's that good.
Look, man, like you said, like you said that. Me and the Don here, we at FILA, we care. We're passionate about what we do, just as you are, Keith. So who knows, man? 10 years down the road, we might be chopping it up like we are now, but in our own studio, and you can bring us some of that great ice cream and give us some tickets to them games that one of them teams you're gonna be owning by then.
You got it. If it happens, I'm getting a box just for you guys.
There you go.
Hey, that'd be great, man.
No doubt.
That'd be great. JF said Mark Jackson, so that was the name of the coach. Okay. And Zach, he said, "Good seeing you, Bro Keith." Not Bro Keith. So Zach Izzo?
Oh yeah, he's a great guy.
Okay.
Cool.
Hey, good to bring folks on, man, and chop it up.
No doubt.
Good. So ice cream is so good.
Are you eating it right now?
Am I eating the ice cream right now?
Yeah, I feel like I can hear you eating it right now.
Man, you know what? If I was, I wouldn't be talking right now. Y'all just be hearing smacking. What y'all talking about? But no, I'm just eating. I'm eating a late dinner, man. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to hurry up. But yeah, I need to go back to Whole Foods and get some more. But next time I go to Atlanta, I'm gonna try to go to Whole Foods nearby, because y'all not selling the ice cream in y'all factories, right?
We did, and then the COVID hit, and so we can't really have visitors. But once this passes, we'll have a great factory experience for the public again.
Okay, well, when y'all do that, I will sign up for a tour to go there, and then I'm going to buy, because I'm going to have $100 on me. I'm going to try to buy a good, 8-9 pints and bring them back home with me. So, when I get to the Marietta area, because I know if I get closer to Marietta, I'm pretty sure they got more flavors.
Oh yeah, we've got tons. You stop by anytime, we'll suit you up and walk you around.
Great. So ice cream is so good, man. I think you need to make a pitch to sell them at local stadiums.
I agree, man. I think we'd like to be where you can have a product right now. It's one heck of an expensive ticket, but it's in the Mercedes-Benz lounge at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It was funny. I decided to splurge one weekend. It was last minute. You know, tickets were still expensive but approachable. So bought a ticket for me and my wife. I had never been on those, you know, the field level. So we went down there and I saw a bunch of people in line for ice cream. And I was like, this is some BS, man. Whose ice cream are they carrying down here? So we walked over to these places. It was our product.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. It was funny. I was mad, and then I was like, not mad.
That's awesome. Wow. Kudos. That's
He
cool.
went down there, he talking about some, man, why is this ice cream so expensive? And he looked at, oh man, this is the ice cream we made.
Yeah, and I go around like, that ticket down here is worth it. They've got great food, you know.
Oh, I've been down there. I've been down there for Atlanta United match.
It's amazing.
Man, I'm telling you, man, because like it was last year. Me and my former co-host, we went to Atlanta United match. We had supposed to been doing a documentary on FILA Sports, you know, the tailgating experience for Atlanta United. Man, it's on another level. But we went to the match, and the person that was filming us, they had another ticket on the club level. And they said, well, we need one of y'all to come down closer. They want to see us, you know, cheer on the team or whatever. So my co-host, he had his wife with him, and I was by myself. So I said, you know what? I go down. I want to stay where I was because I was already tired walking from the coach to the stadium. But I said, you know what? I'll just walk down, whatever. So I went down there, went to the seat, and then they said you can go inside the downstairs. I said, for real? I went down there, man. They had like chocolate fountains with strawberries and shrimp cocktails and caviar and like the floor was paved with gold. I'm messing with you. The floor is not paved with gold, but y'all get what I'm saying. But I'm telling you, like it's expensive, but it's a great experience. And I said to myself, like, yeah, I might want to go ahead and just soak it all in because this probably be my first and last time going down there because I ain't even paying for myself.
Hey, you ever done a tour of the bins?
No, I haven't. I'm supposed to.
It's really nice, and I know if Keith said yeah, then I mean you can attest to that, and it's really not that bad as far as pricing goes. You want to talk about getting in some? I mean, I saw a chandelier the size of my house, man. I mean, when you get back there to those private suites, get back there to where Arthur kind of watches the game from, it was. I mean, I'm sure Keith can say it. It's a whole nother world back there, brother. It was crazy.
It really is. It was amazing. I did a little business panel where we got to sit and listen to the people that did the planning for the Final Four and the Super Bowl, and it was that whole business team. They were fascinating people, and just listening about what they had to architect to put it together for the city was just second to none. It was super cool.
No doubt.
All right. Well, look, man, I hope you can pitch it to some stadiums around the area. I start with really Phillips Arena. I keep saying Phillips State Farm Arena. They trying to rebrand and everything, and State Farm. That'll be a good place. And then you still got places. You still got places around town like you got the place up there in Duluth, the Energy Center, and then you got the you got the Gateway place down there by the airport. So those might be some starting places that you can try to pitch your brand to.
Have you ever thought about standalones? I mean, in any kind of aspect?
Ice cream shops?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have over the years. What we've learned when we decided to build the factory is that it's quite a beast to operate,
Right.
And so I just decided that I wanted to focus my time on making sure that factory ran like a top, and then, when it was on autopilot someday, then we can consider opening ice cream shops. But I think the growth is really a testament to our whole team just staying focused on making good packaged ice cream right now.
I hear you.
A good place if you want to do standalone would be Summerhill. The Georgia State, they building all those small little shops around that area. That might be a good place.
Get you in the battery, man.
There we go.
Yep, that's a good place too. All right. Well, I guess we're pretty much done with the show.
Yeah, it makes me need some ice cream now. Damn, it's 10 o'clock. I want ice cream.
Man, go to you got a whole. There's a Whole Foods place down there where you at, man, or Publix. They don't sell it at Publix no more for some reason.
They will soon. They will soon. We got another brand on shelf in there called Ciao Bella Gelato.
All right.
Ciao Bella Gelato. Okay.
Yeah, check that out. And then send me your address, guys. I'll send you the mother load of ice cream.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, all right.
I'll DM you. Oh man. Oh, thank you, Jesus.
You don't mess up now. We're gonna be showing it on every show now.
There you go. I'll throw you some High Road merch too. You got to wear it on the show.
Oh,
Hey,
you ain't tell me
all right.
nothing, man. I will look. I will. We will wear
Jay,
it.
he's already DMing you right now.
I'm happy about the shirt. I will look. I will go because like that's advertising right there, man. I walk around. What's hot? Like, you need to go buy it. I will send you the dress. I will send you the website. You need to go buy it. You need to put High Road in your life because I'm telling you that's the best ice cream. I like sharing good stuff. I don't never keep things exclusive with me. You know.
All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take over FILA. Apparently, I guess you got your new pitch man right now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, appreciate you keep coming on the show, man. Once again,
man.
Tell
We really
everybody
do.
who you are, man, and where they can find you and your products. Where they can find you on, if you want them to follow you on Twitter or whatnot.
Sure. Yeah. Go to highroadcraft.com. We've got a store finder on there. And then on Twitter, I'm the guy doing all the tweets because I think it's fun at High Road Craft. And we're on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok, all that stuff. And we have a lot of fun on there.
Awesome.
Great. Well, appreciate you coming on. Also, everybody who watched us live, appreciate y'all joining us, tuning in. Also, for the people who watching this at a later time, hit us up in the comment section. Tell us what you think about the show, any part of the show. We'll get back with you. But hey, if you're new to the channel, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that like button. Share this content out with other Atlanta sports fanatics. And hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holla at your hometown sport podcast. This is the Done. My co-host Rick Fletch and our guest host we had on Keith Schroeder. Y'all have a great evening. We'll see y'all later on this week with Rivalry Week.
See you guys.
Thanks.